Hey guys, it's the Creative Farm Girl here. And this month I am so excited because every week in February we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, creativity. Don't miss it. Welcome everyone. I am so excited that you all are joining me in this month's Adventures in Creativity. Today and next week, I'm going to be talking to you about 4 things that we all need to be creative. A better way to say that might be 4 things that we need to practice creativity. The first thing we need to explore our creativity is a place. A place where we can put our things, a place where we can make a little mess, a place where we can explore on paper or explore in our heads, just a place. Now, this place does not have to be big by any means. I am really lucky because we had a shed in our backyard and I kind of just turned it into my own little place. So I have all the room for my art supplies or crap, as my husband might call it. I don't know, he's pretty gentle with me. But some of us may not have a shed in our backyards, and that's okay. When I was first practicing creativity, I had a little desk in my bedroom, and that was my space, and that was kind of where I went to do my writing, to do any art that I did. It was mostly writing at the time. But even more important than having that place to write, it was a place to like keep my stuff, to keep my pencils, to keep my journals, to keep my very favorite markers that I didn't want the kids to touch, if you know what I mean. You know, and in the Bible, it talks many times in the New Testament how Jesus would go away to a lonely place or a separate place and just to pray, to be with his Father. And I think that's something that we all could use, is just a place to get away from where all the people are, where all the distractions are. Not that Jesus ever was distracted by anything, but we are. And so if we could have this place that we could go to where we know that we will not be distracted. Go. You do not see me. Go. Go away. Or at least the potential to not be distracted. Anyway, I want to show you right now a little bit of my place. I'm going to switch the camera. Oh, I can't switch the camera. I have to turn you off. Okay. There we are. Okay, so here is where I do a lot of my stamping. And then there's some of my paints, all my paper, beautiful outside. I have some folders here and artwork that people have made for me that I love. And here's my couch when I really need to take a nap. And here's my desk. This is where I usually do most of my writing, but you can see that my art just kind of vomited all over. It just exploded. And so sometimes it just turns into that. So there you have it. Yes, that. I just want to reiterate that you do not have to get hung up on having a great big place. You don't need a shed, certainly to start with at least, depending on what kind of creativity you like to practice. And if you do something like gardening or photography or personal training or group exercise even, there's a lot of creativity in all of those things, and you really don't have one place where you do that. You might, and I would recommend finding a place to keep all your stuff together. Otherwise, you could be searching. I know I do when I do gardening. I just always put my clippers in a different place. So it takes me like 20 minutes to find the clippers, and then I have like 1 minute to try and clip some nice flowers for my inside. So that's one of the really great benefits of having a place to keep your creative materials. And I know that's a real basic thing, but it really can keep and hinder a lot of us from practicing creativity if we can't even find the stuff we need to do it. So, number 1, the place. Find a place. So now, number 2 is the space. finding the space. Yeah, no, not that kind of space. When I say finding space, I mean simply finding space in your day, or possibly finding space in your week, or maybe it's just finding space in your head to actually be able to think. When your schedule is packed from morning to night with people to see and things to do and work to accomplish and tasks to check off your list, it can be really hard to squeeze a little creativity in there. And certainly there are going to be periods in our weeks and maybe even seasons in our lives where we just don't have a lot of time to really practice creativity. But I just really want to encourage you to, even if you can find a little bit of time each month, actually, I want to say each week. Is that too challenging to say each week? I won't say each day because I know that will just throw some of you over the edge right now, and I don't want to do that. But I think maybe you could find a little bit of time in your week, even if it's only 30 minutes or 45 minutes, to do something creative. It would do so much for your brain. Your brain needs to play, and that creative time is exactly what all of our brains need. Some more than others, I guess. In fact, do you ever wonder why little kids are so creative? It's because they have space in their day to be creative. That's kind of like what they're supposed to do. Okay, go play house, go draw a picture, go outside and run around. All of those things are creative activities, and so little kids have space in their days, every day, to be creative, which is why they are so creative. You're starting to get overwhelmed because I just said you need to throw space in your life for creativity. Don't get overwhelmed. Creativity is not about that. Creativity is allowing space and time in your day to just play, to just enjoy what God has given you. And those seeds, whatever seeds those are, those could be seeds of music, seeds of art, seeds of writing, certainly seeds of gardening, cooking. There's so many different ways to be creative. There are seeds in there that something that you possibly already know what it is, but you might be squashing it down because you just don't have time. You know what? Give it a little time. Allow those creative seeds that are in you, whatever they may be, allow them to grow just a little bit. I'm not saying you must do it every day, or even right now, I'm not saying doing it every week. I'm just saying try it. Just try it. Just build in a little space to be creative. And then see what happens. See what grows. Next week, I have 2 more things that you need to really help in your practice of creativity. Come back next week and we'll get those 2 other things. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, and by the way, if you have not had a chance to subscribe to the Creative Farm Girl Seeds of Creativity, there's a red button on the right side, right down there, I think. Go ahead and subscribe, and then these videos will come straight to you and you won't have to search for them or wait for them on Facebook. They'll just be right there for you. Okay, enough of that. Have a good week.